I'm a teacher in Lambeth, so I'll be going to the meeting in July, and a member of the NUT and proud to be balloting for strike action. But I'm also a proud parent of two girls who are 16 and 13, and I was proud that my 16-year-old walked out of school on every one of the 4 student protests, and the 13-year-old tried but only got on one. But the second student protest, my daughter was kettled in Whitehall from about midday, and she texted me when I was at work and said I'd been kettled, and they said I should be here for a couple of hours. I went down after work to join quite a lot of parents in Whitehall at about 4 o'clock, and I was absolutely appalled and went from being very upset to very angry, asking the police, where is my daughter? How can I speak to her? How is it legal that you can just contain her over there without me being allowed to speak to her? I know about child protection, and I don't think she should be over there unaccompanied. And who are you to deny me access to my daughter? I didn't get anywhere. And 4 hours later, I was still stood, and it was about -3, if you remember, in Whitehall. My daughter on a school night was then allowed out about 9:30 at night. She had been kettled with children a lot younger than her, with no access to a toilet, with no food, with no water, in the freezing cold. And I thought that was absolutely disgraceful and disgusting. So following that, I formed with a few others a group, Stop Kettling Our Kids, and I'm very proud that Alfie's mum, Susan, is also one of our activists who's been marching with us with our pink kettles. And you know, every parent's heart was absolutely, I think, in their mouths when they saw the story of Alfie, and thinking, you know, Alfie's not exactly a big, tough, scary-looking guy, and my daughters are not very tough and scary-looking, but it didn't really matter, because anybody could have been hit over the head or hit and almost killed on those demonstrations. But if I think of what the legacy is of this. What's happened over tuition fees. My daughter, it's been estimated, will have to pay £43,000 if she wants the kind of education that I got for free and that the politicians got for free. The interest rate, not many people mention this, the interest rate on the student loans will be inflation plus 3.5%. That will be currently 7%. That is higher than my mortgage interest rate. That will leave most young people with a debt of £80,000 for going to university. I've got 2 daughters. That means my family will have to pay £160,000 if my daughters want to go to university for the kind of education I got for free. But also, as a trade unionist, as a teacher, I'm seeing cuts to my pension. And when I do my calculator on our union calculator on our website, I'm set to lose over £150,000 in my retirement because of the cuts to my pension. And you have to think, why do we not tax the likes of Philip Green? And why do we not cap bankers' bonuses? Why is that not okay? But it's okay to tax the likes of me and the likes of my children to over £250,000, which is what we will see. And that is why we'll be taking strike action alongside the other unions on the 30th of June. And we hope that, because we want to close every school in the country, that's our aim, but universities and schools will be closed, we hope. So we want the students and the young people to join us on the street, so that the workers and the students can be united and taking action on the streets. So we do want people to be outside the court tomorrow, but I think our Tahrir Square moment will be on the 30th of June, when workers and students can get on the streets and show this government that we will not put up with this any longer.